Hi, I'm Lina, and this is Radical Realignment. I'm documenting my real time journey from corporate burnout to a life filled with meaning, peace, and freedom. Let's get into it. So today is August 12th. Last time I recorded, it took me a month between the first and second recordings. This is my third recording, and it took me, 12 or 14 days? We'll call it 2 weeks. So I'm getting better. I would like to record more frequently, but there's really not a whole lot to share. I had a dentist appointment today. One of the things on my list to do before I resign is to take care of my health. So I've been making appointments with doctors, and this one was with a dentist. Everything's going really well. No major findings, no major problems, no major health or dental issues that would require me to stay employed and keep my health insurance beyond the end of this year. So that's good. Realistically, I'll probably still be employed for another month or two after I announce my resignation. So it'll probably be closer to February. Ooh, my birthday's in March. Maybe that would be a nice birthday gift to be fully done with my job by then, my corporate job. But anyway, things are going okay at work. I sometimes still get wrapped around the axle, but for the most part, I'm able to kind of step away knowing that this is temporary. And also, I've been trying to be more intentional about seeing things from an observer point of view. And when I do that, it just makes it more clear what a circus it is and how absurd some of the people are and some of the things that they say and do. So I think that it's a good thing that I'm able to kind of zoom out and not get sucked into it. And it's really helped with my, as a coping mechanism. I also continue reading self help books and listening to podcasts and leveraging whatever I can to help keep my stress under control. I think I've done pretty well with it. I have some supplements that I've been taking, some plant-based, herbal, like I have some lozenges that are really good. I have a CBD oil that's like a full spectrum oil that has CBD, CBG, CB, something else. I don't know, all the CBs. And that's been pretty helpful for keeping me calm. I still do have days where I just feel my blood pressure rising and I just feel like I'm going to snap. But there have been a lot less of those days lately. So I think I'm starting to get the hang of stress management and creating boundaries and just doing what I can and not working until my head pops off. So that's been a good change. There's still plenty of craziness going on despite my increased ability to handle the stress. I don't think, there was maybe one fleeting moment when I thought I might just keep working and not resign, but it was based on something that my boss said that I later realized was strategic because he knows that I'm hanging by a thread. So I quickly dismissed it. Went back to my gut feeling, which is I will be a much happier person when I resign from my extremely high stress job. And I feel like I can do something good in the world. I feel like if I have a little breathing room, I could really maybe contribute to society in a positive way and be proud of what I'm doing and versus what I'm doing now where I'm just kind of going through the motions and there's no sense of pride. There's no real sense of passion even. I occasionally get to work with some things or do some things that I kind of enjoy, but those things are such a small percentage of my total job and my total workday that they don't even hold any weight. So I look forward to having the freedom to choose really what I want to do. I still have this scared part of me that worries about oh my gosh, am I a fool for walking away from this high salary? Am I a fool for dismissing this opportunity that I've been given to be in this very prestigious role with this big job title that I have and this big salary to match it. Like I don't want to I don't want to have any regrets, of course. And I don't want the perception to be that I thought I was too good for this or something. I don't know. I don't know why I even care about the perception. I just need to do what's best for me and not worry about other people. I read a book recently called E Squared, and it was a really good book. It was a short book, an easy read, and she had some pretty interesting concepts in there. Many of which I had already heard of or read about in other books, centered around manifestation and putting things out into the universe and kind of manifesting the life that you want. But one thing that I got from her book was the importance of being intentional about a positive attitude. And basically, if you tell yourself that you're unlucky, you're gonna be unlucky. And if you tell yourself that you're lucky, like, good things will happen, right? I mean, I think everybody knows that logically, but it was just a good reminder. And it was funny that she used the lucky and unlucky as an example, because I was just telling my partner how I feel so unlucky recently because I had a series of things that went wrong in my life, and I felt like it was me. I felt like there was like a little gray stormy cloud just right over me, not anybody else, but just following me around everywhere I went, and that bad things just kept happening to me because I am unlucky. And then I read that in the book and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's terrible. I really need to reframe that. So I've been trying to make a conscious effort to see things from a more positive light. I mean, obviously, that's always a good approach to maintain a positive outlook on things, but sometimes you just need to be reminded. And also, sometimes it takes a little bit of effort to get into that groove, to get into the swing of doing that regularly. This morning, I found myself getting ready for my dentist appointment, and the lawn mowing people came to mow our lawn, and the lawnmowers are really, really loud. And lately I've been having some major sensitivity issues to sound and light and smells and pretty much all of the senses. It's like my nervous system has been on super high alert. Like, I can hear things from miles away that nobody else can hear. I can smell things from across the house, like small things. And it's really bizarre, but I've identified that this is a thing with me. So the lawnmowers started going right outside my bathroom window, and I was so incredibly annoyed with how loud they were. And I started to really spin out of control with my thoughts, and I recognized it very early on. So it started like this: man, that lawnmower is loud. Why can't they get quiet lawnmowers? I bet they like them loud like that. That's because that's how people are around here. And then it just like kept expanding and expanding and expanding, and next thing you know, it was like trashing the whole city that I live in, because I was painting everything with this broad stroke brush just because this one little lawnmower in the yard was making a lot of noise. So when I recognized I was doing that, I stopped the thinking and I changed the narratives and thought of how lucky I am to be able to hire somebody to come mow the lawn for me so I don't have to do it in this hot weather. Also, I was able to put myself into their shoes and think, this is a really tough job, especially in Florida, where it does get so excruciatingly hot and in the middle of the summer like it is now. It can be really, really brutal. So maybe revving the engine of that lawnmower or the weed eater or whatever, all their tools are super wild. So maybe revving the engine is like the only little bit of joy that they have in their workday. So who am I to like take that away or to knock on that, right? So anyway, I just was really intentional about trying to be positive, and it helped. It really changed my outlook and changed my mood going forward. So I didn't carry that negative, grudgy attitude throughout the remainder of my morning. I just kind of like flipped the script on myself. I know that there's also a thing called toxic positivity, and I definitely don't want to be in that realm, but I think a little bit of intentional positive thinking is a good thing for everyone, no matter what situation they're in. Anyway, so that book was called E Squared. It's by Pam Grout. Another good book that I read recently, and when I say read, I actually sometimes I read, but more often than not, it's an audiobook that I listen to, and sometimes I get both. So I do like the Kindle Whisper Sync, where it syncs up the audiobook to the book that you're reading. I was going to say physical, but it's not. It's digital. The digital book that you're reading with your eyes. And so that's how I do that. But anyway, another book that I read recently that was really good was Don't Believe Everything You Think. And that one too was a very easy read, a very short book, but I thought he had a lot of really good life lessons in there too. That one's by Joseph Nguyen, Nguyen. And the biggest thing that I learned from this book, Don't Believe Everything You Think, is that you do have the power to interrupt your thinking. And so the secret to health, happiness in life really is if you can control your thoughts, you can control your happiness and increase your happiness. But it's when your thoughts get away from you, or you have like some underlying narratives in your subconscious that are just so deep rooted that they answer things for you, or they fill in the gaps, when it's sometimes outdated narratives that need to be rewritten, but you don't even realize it's happening. It's just like your subconscious just goes in and makes all the choices for you. So that one's a really good book that I highly recommend. I also enjoy listening to Mayim Bialik's podcast with Jonathan Cohen. And they actually had Buddha Betty on there recently, which is another person that I love and follow on Instagram. So check out Buddha Betty if you haven't already. She's got an amazing near-death experience and life story. And from her, I've learned that it's okay to just think of things with childlike wonder and with a childlike imagination, and just don't limit yourself. So it all kind of goes back to your thoughts and letting them be free, or not being confined by old narratives or old subconscious or whatever. And I think that this is all good. I think that each person has their own agenda on how they want to frame it, or what they say you're going to get at the end of the road. But realistically, I think it just, if it improves your life a little bit to learn a little technique, or to have another tool in your toolkit, then I think it's time well spent to listen to an audiobook or to read a book and learn a little something there. So those are the things I picked up recently. I think my big event, which has now been about, 6 weeks ago, but no, not even, maybe like a month ago, where I was, almost dying from my level of stress, has really got me taking things seriously. And it's inspired me to prioritize my health, my mental health, my physical health, and prioritize my happiness. So it's definitely been a good change for me. So that's about it for today's updates. I will keep you posted if anything changes, or if I have anything interesting to talk about or share about my journey. I will definitely pop in and record a few more audio clips with my avatar. So I hope you're enjoying this. Sorry, I know it's not much to look at, but hopefully you can just listen in and maybe something will resonate with you. Again, if you have any ideas, suggestions, anything that you want to share with me from your own experience, I would love to hear it. So please drop it in the comments below. I'm not looking to get rich off this YouTube channel or these YouTube videos, obviously, but I am sincerely interested in hearing what you have to say. So please do chime in. I would love to hear from you. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye for now.